おめでとう。正直な気持ちを言えたよ。 おめでとう。正直な気持ちを言えたよ。Real mind talking medical. Sorry. Yo. It's so goofy. I have a phase with that moment like once every like 5 or 6 months since it's happened, I think. I've gone through 3 distinct phases with it, I think. It was so funny. Yahoo. Sorry, I should probably catch you up on that just in case you haven't seen that, because I want you to be able to laugh about it too. There's a moment from Sonny Briscoe's 3D debut that I think is the funniest thing that's ever happened on a NIJISANJI stream. I stand by that. That's my personal opinion. Very many funny moments on very many streams. A disgustingly large number of streams across every talent in the company, you know, like a crazy humongous number of streams to choose from. There's a moment from his 3D debut where he brought in some livers from the main branch to serve as a good cop, a bad cop, and a crazy cop. And Leos senpai was the crazy cop. He cracked me up so bad. Everything about that moment is so funny to me. First things first, he walks in the door. He's got a needle, like a syringe in his hand, and he goes like, and then he walks up to Sunny and he's like, "Omedetou. Soujiki na kimochi o ieta yo." Like, I've just told you my true feelings. Why did he say that? Yeah, and then like they had like the katsudon, or it was katsudon, right? Like pork cutlet. They had pork cutlet in a bowl on the table for Luca to like butter him up because he was being interrogated, was the context of the scene. So Sunny brought out a good cop, a bad cop, and a crazy cop to get information out of Luca. And they had pork cutlet on the table to butter Luca up. But throughout the entire interrogation scene, Leos just kept reaching over and taking a bite. It was so funny. It cracked me up so bad. Funniest to me, that is the funniest thing in the world. And then like the name that he gave to the truth serum was hospital needle in real mind talking medical. I love it. I love it. Oh, it's so good. It was so funny. To me, that is the funniest thing that has ever happened on any stream ever. I go back to it. I still talk about it. Anyway, I'm laughing about it a bunch today because I showed it to my siblings. Because my youngest sibling, number 5, has this phase right now of being like, question mark? Like anytime she doesn't understand something, she's like, question mark? I guess, question mark. Like she says question mark a lot. And it reminded me of number 1 eco? Question mark. Question mark. Which is, it's from the same scene. Oh, so funny. Oh my goodness. Very bad boy? No. Number 1 eco. Number 1 eco? Question mark. Oh, it was so funny. Anyway, I because she reminded me of that, I showed her and also number 4, my youngest brother. I showed them that scene. And they thought it was very funny. They really liked hospital needle in, real, mind, talking, medical. I love that. I'm obsessed with that. I just think I think the rest of us should give up. We can't do comedy like he did. We just can't. Anyway, hello. Sorry for that tangent to start off the day. That's just what I'm laughing about today. I go through my little phases with my little videos, the little videos in my phone. That's my phase of today. I'm very obsessed with that moment again. I think it's so funny. I highly recommend checking out that 3D debut. Sonny Briscoe's 3D debut stream, if you've never seen it. Very funny. Lots of other funny moments as well. Some cool moments as well. Just generally very well done. Anyway. How have you been? What have you been laughing about, enjoying? Have you had any yummy food? Did you get any special work done recently? Did you achieve anything since I last saw you? What's good in your world? Catch me up. Tell me everything. Bleached your hair, regret it, but it's okay. You could put some other color in it if you bleached it. That means it's like just ready to be, you know, you've got your base. So you could do like a really bright color if you want. That could help stave off the regret. Pizza day. Pumpkin! Sorry. Something about pizza day in all caps made me think, pumpkin! Pumpkin! My sister and I rev each other up. Number 3. I'm talking about my siblings a lot today. This happened last time I leave too. Maybe it's like a subconscious thing where when I'm about to leave on a trip, I know I'm going to miss my family. So I just start talking about them a bunch. I don't know. Last time I left on a trip and had a little chat with you before, I brought my siblings up in detail, I think. Yeah, me and number 3 rev each other up with that one. One of us will go like, pumpkin, and then the other goes, pumpkin! Like really loud. Yeah, I hope you've been well. I hope you've had a nice time since last we hung out. I've been very busy. I've been doing a lot of laundry. I decided that even though I'm not going to fit my entire wardrobe into my suitcases, I figured it would probably be good to just go ahead and do all my laundry because I need to flip my wardrobe still. I still have not flipped my wardrobe completely for winter, so I've been doing that. I figured I just, you know, 2 birds, 1 stone with it, just to handle the rest of the transition into winter wardrobe. So I've been doing so much laundry. Yeah, I've been doing laundry for 2 days, just like constantly washing, drying, and folding and like figuring out where it's going to go. Because I've got a lot of clothes, to tell you the truth. I got a disgusting amount of clothes. I need to donate a bunch of it, honestly. That's going to be one of my missions for this year is to cut down my wardrobe to nothing and to just buy some new clothes when I move, when the day comes for that. A single bouncer who works 2 jobs. Several outfits per day. Only 1 outfit per day, but I have a distinct outfit for every day. And actually, I do technically have multiple outfits for a couple days because I also have some lounge wear that I've packed. So if I go out every single day, I will not wear the same thing except, oh my gosh, am I brave enough to admit this to you? I'm not ashamed, but maybe I should feel shame is what I'm wondering. I'm wondering if I should feel ashamed of this. Whenever I travel, I personally will repurpose pants specifically for several days. So even though I'm going to be gone 7 days, I've only actually packed like 3 pairs of pants. Should I be ashamed of that? Should I feel shame? I don't know. I just feel like pants take up so much space and it's like such a nothing thing to reuse. And it doesn't really get that dirty. Yeah. So I just pack like 2 or 3 if it's a 7-day trip, and I'll wear each one like 2 days. Maybe 3 for one of them. Is this not a hot take? Okay, well, okay, sorry. See, to me, it's totally normal. But I'm very used to saying things that I personally perceive as normal and then being, you know, hammered to the stake for it. I'm very accustomed, you could say. I'm very accustomed. I am intimately familiar with the experience of sharing what I think is a very normal thing and being instantly confronted with the crushing reality that it is very abnormal and that I should be ashamed of it. I'm very used to that. So I almost, whenever I share something that I think for a second might not be a common thing, I'm like, am I going to get eaten up for this? I'm just exaggerating. It's not that bad. Yeah, no, I have a distinct top, and in a couple cases, a couple tops, because in this time of year, I actually really like to wear my favorite combo. It is so tasteful. It's so classy. It can never fail you. Is like a collared shirt, a button up, and then a sweater outside of it so that you can see the collar and you can also see the cuffs of the sleeves near your hands. So I have a couple button-up shirts and a couple sweaters specifically for that. Yeah. So I have a lot of clothes that I've packed because I can sacrifice a lot, but I've never been able to sacrifice very much on the swag front, on my swag department. I just can't. It's not blue. It's not aquamarine. It's not turquoise. It's cerulean. Sorry, I was thinking of that clip from Devil Wears Prada. That is cerulean. I feel like her sometimes. That's who I feel like whenever clothes comes up. All that drama too, and I'm just wearing like the same 3 shades of brown in everything. Is Devil Wears Prada good? It's a classic. It's a classic. And I just love that energy. And I like some of the rep as well. I can relate vaguely to some of the things in that one. But yeah. It is a very versatile color, brown. I don't know. I just like it. I just feel comfortable in it. It's very easy to coordinate. So, because, you know, over the years, I've accumulated a lot of clothes, but it used to be that I did not have very much to choose from. And I found very quickly that if you get things in a fixed palette, you can make way more outfits out of way less individual pieces. So I just started getting everything I could get in shades of brown and cream. So yeah, so now I can make 1 billion distinct outfits because I have like 1 million distinct pieces that all match each other. I think you see this a lot more often with like with white, not white, with black. I think a lot of people go all black with their wardrobe, or what they'll do is they'll have like they'll have a lot of standard pieces in black, you know, like pants, jackets, maybe things like that, and then they'll have accent colors, which is also very tasteful way to dress. I don't have very much in black though, personally. I have like maybe 1 or 2 things in black. I have like 1 pair of formal pants that I wear sometimes, and like 1 formal jacket that kind of matches it, but doesn't actually. It's like 2 shades away from the same shade. Yeah, I just really like brown. I like the way it looks on me. I like the way I just like looking at it. It's nice. Because I'm born in fall. I am born in fall, huh? I'm like dead middle of fall. It never feels like it, because it always feels like it's winter by the time my birthday rolls around, even though it's like dead middle of fall. I was like, yeah, I'm a fall baby. I was like, okay, pack it up. I do love fall. Aesthetically, I think fall is #1. It might be my favorite season overall. It's very difficult because I like different things about each season. Summer is my favorite season to like be in and to like experience and all the things you do in summer. But everything about fall, like thematically and aesthetically, so nice. Virgo, no, I'm Scorpio. Are you surprised? Does it suit your preconception of my personality? Just kidding. I'm actually a Cancer. Oh, just kidding. I'm actually Taurus. Sorry, I was lying. I'm actually a Sagittarius. I do that a lot. I don't know if I've shared that with you. That's one of my really annoying things that I do. That is one of my really annoying things that I do. Whenever people ask for my zodiac, every time I tell them the actual answer, they're always like, ah, I knew it. Of course. So what I do instead is I'll tell them like 2 or 3 fake ones before I get to the real answer. And every single time, even though they know I'm on a streak of telling fake ones, they're still like, "Oh, that's such a you know, that's such a Sagittarius thing to do. Of course you'd lie about it. That's so funny." And I'd be like, "No, I'm actually Scorpio, and I've been Scorpio all along." And they're like, "Yeah, okay, yeah, I expected that. You could have just skipped this whole thing. That was my first guess." They say it every single time. I just don't get it. I feel like with zodiacs, no matter what you say, they're always like, "Oh, you're so blank," you know? It cracks me up. I think it's funny. No shade to people that get into horoscopes and zodiacs, though. I got lots of respect for people that take the time to learn it and that invest their time in it. So Leo of you. It's so Leo of me. Oh, well, this is the part where I have to reveal to you that I'm actually a Gemini. Just kidding. And I'll go through like, I will unironically go through pretty much the entire wheel sometimes. And they're still like, oh, of course. I will say though, I did have one moment with a friend who's like super into this stuff. I did have one specific moment where I felt very like read, you know, like a book, as they say. I felt read like a book. Like they read into my soul. I was just complaining about something, lamenting about an experience that I had had. And they're like, oh, you definitely have this in your chart. Actually, wait. Is this your big 3? And they laid out my exact 3, which is a very unique and special combo, right? Your big 3. They got it all the, like bar for bar, all 3 of them. It was scary. Oh, lamenting. Sorry. I still say lament because I've said lament my whole life. I'm gonna need you to correct me on that for the rest of my career, honestly. How do I know my other 2? I had to figure it out because I have a big variety of friends. I've been exposed to a ton of different ideas and practices and cultures, and I'm very thankful for that. And I've had a couple of friends who were really into zodiacs and into horoscopes. And, you know, everybody who's super into it, it doesn't stop with them. They want to know everybody else too. They're like, Kaelix, when were you born? No, like what hour were you born? And which hospital again? Like, if you're going to ask me, just let me do it myself. Personality of blood type. I'm familiar with them, but I don't actually know my own blood type. I don't remember it. But I did actually learn my blood type on my own. Fun trivia. I knew my blood type at one point because I did a lab where we were taught how to determine a blood type based on a sample. And I actually did prick my own finger and figure out my own blood type that way. It was really cool. But I can't remember what it was. It's been a while now. Yeah, it'd probably be a good thing to remember. I should probably get that checked at some point. Maybe ask if they've got it on file. Yeah, I do not know. I did not remember off the top of my head what my blood type is. Need that info? Well, I mean, if it's ever urgent, they'll find out really quickly if they don't already have it on file, which they probably do. TBH, but I don't remember. I should remember it though. It would speed things along in the case of an emergency, if anything bad happened. In BTI, I think I am INTP, is what me and everybody else, like everybody who cares about MBTI, that's what they've all kind of agreed on. INTP. I think I fall kind of in between on a couple of those. I think sorting people for MBTI is very rigid and difficult, but that is just what seems to be the consensus for me. That's what I tend to get whenever I take the little quizzes. See, that's the thing. I think I fall between T and F when it comes to the INTP versus INFP. The thing for me is that, because T and F is all about how you make decisions and how you guide your choices and stuff based on logic or based on emotion, right? But I think a decision that is entirely logical is cold and heartless, and a decision that is entirely emotional is careless and hasty. And you cannot do only one over the other. And honestly, you shouldn't even really prioritize one over the other. You should have a clean mix of both in any decision. It's super important. You should think about the consequences as well as like how you feel about it, you know? So I feel like I fall between. But somebody has told me, in fact, multiple people have told me, that just intellectualizing it in that way makes me INTP rather than INFP. So I just kind of accept that. Yeah. Apparently just like being able to put it into that kind of words is a very logical process. So. And then I also kind of feel like I fall in between on P and J. But I feel like I'm probably more P. I don't know. It's tough. I think humans are complicated, and I realize that having these kinds of things can bring a sense of comfort, you know, to identify yourself. Same thing with labels, you know. I personally despise labels, and I hate them, and I don't want any of them ever. But I know that for a lot of people, they offer a sense of comfort, so I respect it. I respect it. It's just not for me. Yeah, I feel like with most things, any metric is going to be a spectrum. You're just going to have some that is... You're going to have some that are bigger than others. Same thing with introversion and extroversion as a separated idea from MBTI. I feel like people are kind of allergic to the idea of like it actually being a binary thing, being an introvert versus an extrovert. Some people are like, no, I'm an ambivert. We've talked about that once. They invented like another one too, but I don't remember what it was called. I don't believe in any of that though. Yeah, I think in any personality trait, everybody has a certain threshold of what they can take and what they need. And if you don't have what you need, or if you've got more than what you can take, you're going to be upset. Ultravert. I don't believe in that. I said it before. I'm standing on it now. I stand on business with this. I don't think that's real. I think you're just an introvert. I support you. I support you. And if it brings you comfort to call yourself an ultravert, then I believe in you. I'm sorry. I think to use anything other than introvert and extrovert requires a fundamental misunderstanding of what these words mean, which is understandable because a lot of people don't know what they mean. There's a very common misunderstanding of like, oh, I'm a socialite, so that means I'm an extrovert, versus I'm antisocial, so that means I'm an introvert, when that's not at all how it works. It's very complicated. It is actually just, on a fundamental level, it has to be a binary thing. I don't think there's any room for anything else for that one. But you know what? I support you. I'm an omnivore too. No, I get the idea. And honestly, part of why I feel so confident to denounce it is because I've related to the feeling behind the idea of ultravert before. But then when I actually learned what extroversion and introversion meant, I realized, oh, I'm just an introvert. Anyway. That's probably like our 1 billionth tangent on MBTI, where you hear my rant about how I hate it and I disagree with all of it, but I still respect it. What now? Are there other personality metrics that I could share? I don't know. I feel like those are all the ones that I can think of. Does it suit your expectations? That's what I'll ask instead. Now what? Now what? Do you think it's possible to change between introvert and extrovert? Ooh. I'm not sure. I feel like it's probably innate, right? I feel like, I'll say this. I feel like you can definitely change based on like how much you want to socialize, right? But that's not introversion or extroversion. Like the amount you want to be social is not introversion or extroversion. What matters is like how it feels when it happens, you know? I feel like, because over the years for me, I've become way more social. I used to be the most antisocial, not even like asocial creature alive. I was like living under a rock, would not talk to anybody when I was younger. I didn't have any friends till like late middle school, and I was happy with it. I liked it. But I think as far as introversion and extroversion, I don't think I've changed at all. I think I've always been an introvert, and I probably always will be, even as much as I love to socialize. Changing between them and ambivert? Well, my perspective may be a little bit limited. If you feel that you are an introvert in one part of your life and an extrovert in another, who am I to tell you that you are not some secret third thing? I'm not a scientist, and this is also not science. It's all made up anyway. Yeah. What? Does that make me strict? I'm just hey, listen. I'm just being real, okay? I'm just being real. It is because I have love in my heart that I will always tell the truth. Okay? Running this like the military. What the heck? I'm not running anything. I don't even go here. I don't think any of this is real. I don't agree. Like, it's not for me. I play along because other people like it, and I respect that. And I'll give you, I'll give you your little nugget of information to play with. But like, I don't know. It's not even for me. I don't go here. Don't call me strict. What the heck? If anything, whoever you can take it to Myers and Briggs. Call them strict. They're the ones that did this. They dirty did this, okay? Oh man. Yeah, all jokes aside, I know I love to joke around and be silly about it, but if you do find serious comfort in these labels, I do hope you don't feel like dismissed or anything. I totally support you, and I totally understand that it can bring a sense of comfort to have these kind of identifiers. And I understand that sometimes you need an identifier, but there isn't one for you, so you invent another one. I understand that's also a very common thing. Also understandable. Kaelix Vert. Yeah, in Kaelix land, there's only one personality type. In Kaelix land, everybody is a Kaelix Vert. And it doesn't matter. And there's like no judgment and no stereotype. Everybody is the same. So silly. Enneagram, I do not know that one. I almost got it at one point, but then at the end of the test, it was like, all right, give us $50. And I was like, no, thank you. And then I never took another one. No, thank you. You cannot get me to pay that kind of money for a personality test. I'm sorry. It better be administered by a professional if I'm gonna cough up $50. Honestly, you'd be lucky to get 50 out of me, even if it was a professional. Maybe more like 20. I'm not that I'm not that invested. I am very in tune and in touch with my personality, so I don't need it. I only ever go through with that stuff when other people want it. IQ test? Yes, I've done a number of IQ tests over the years. I did a bunch when I was a little kid, and then for another thing, I did about 4 of them actually in one day, just after high school. Yeah, I have done a number of IQ tests. I don't remember how high my IQ is off the top of my head though, and I don't know if this is cringe of me, but I don't think I want to be the kind of person that remembers and recites his IQ. Does that make sense? No shame if you know your IQ and if you share your IQ, but I personally do not want to be the kind of guy that knows his IQ. So I don't care to find out again or to go find it. But I will say I think it was higher than the average. So that I got that going for me at least. I'm winning on that front at least. Yeah, IQ is incomplete. That's a big thing that I've talked about a bunch whenever IQ tests come up. IQ tests just in basic function and the way that they're administered are very flawed and rely on a very specific type of intelligence. It's not any universal kind of intelligence. Traditional IQ tests are more like, honestly, they're more like academic aptitude tests rather than any intelligence quotient. It's more like, how well can you do these things that you were taught in school, rather than how well does your brain work? You know what I mean? There are actually more universal IQ tests that have been proposed. But yeah, the ones that are traditionally administered are a bit like... Eurocentric is a word you could use to describe them. They're a bit academic, and it's a bit extreme. Or maybe not extreme. I feel like it's just it measures a very different kind of intelligence. So somebody who walks out of that kind of IQ test with a really low score might not actually necessarily be somebody who's unintelligent by any realistic standard. You know what I mean? It's a very complicated thing to measure. So I also just kind of generally disagree with the way that they work. So I don't really care to remember. But yeah, I have taken a number of IQ tests, and I have done a number of things related to that, like that general field of like the way the brain works and the way I reason with things. And I actually really enjoy those. I'm not a big fan of like personality tests. It's a pseudoscience rather than like any form of psychology or science that I'm interested in. And I think pseudoscience can be fun, but IQ and like neural stuff, I think it's really cool. And I love knowing that stuff. That's really fun. That's how I learn things like and come to understand things like the idea that I am a bottom-up thinker rather than a top-down thinker, which has come up a couple times whenever we played like Animal Crossing, for example. Yeah, highly recommend investigating these things if you're ever able. Love languages. What are mine again? Hold on, I have to Google what they are. And I'll have to give you an order now. That might be slightly different than the last time I said this to anybody. Because I always forget them. Or rather, I forget what they all are. I remember a couple of them, so those are probably the ones that I like. Okay, let's see. There's acts of service, quality time, words of affirmation, physical touch, and receiving gifts. Okay. I like to give... Or maybe... Should I do give or receive? Or I guess both of them, right? Is how it works? You do both of them when you share these? Okay. For receiving, I care more about quality time and then words of affirmation and then acts of service and then receiving gifts and then physical touch at last. Because in general, I think time is really, really valuable. So I think anything that takes time is really valuable. Honestly, I may even change the order a bit and do like quality time and then acts of service. Though I do feel a little bad whenever people do things for me, to tell you the truth. But I don't know. There is a very special part of my heart that gets warmed if someone is like, yeah, I know you've been dealing with a lot recently, so I did this chore so that you wouldn't have to do it. Like if a sibling will take on the dishes so I don't have to do it that day, or like, you know, things like that. That means a lot to me. Yeah, I just like anything that takes time and thought. That's where I can kind of make an exception for gifts, though I feel bad getting gifts too. I always feel guilty. That's one of my problems. I don't know if you call it a red flag per se, but it's something I've always struggled with, is receiving kindness in the form of gifts. I'm very bad at it. But I can kind of work my head around it if it's a gift that took time and thought rather than just a bunch of money. And then when it comes to giving, I don't know if I can give a clean one because I try to adapt my approach based on what I think other people like. So with some friends, I'll just make it very clear that I'm there and that I can hang out with them. And then others, I might do things for them. I do think because I personally like receiving anything that takes time, I tend to maybe almost subconsciously default to those two. Quality time and acts of service when it comes to showing love to other people. Because, it's because that's what I would like. Sometimes I think, okay, they would like this, but that's not always the case. As I get to know people better, I tend to adjust my approach a little bit based on what they like, I think. Yeah, naturally speaking, like just in a vacuum of just me and just my brain and the way that I work, I think it would be those two. And then a big, big gap. And then a couple more. And then a big, big gap. And then the last one. Yeah. I think it's the best way I could sort those. Does that tell you anything? Does that fit with your image of my personality? Are you learning things about me? That can be our mission for today. Just teach you everything you didn't know about me, or maybe already did know about me, and then I disappear for a week. Is it consistent? It's interesting. Confirming things. Well, what's that supposed to mean? What do you mean by that? Now I'm scared. Confirming things makes it sound like you had suspicions. Makes it sound like I'm suspected of something. I've been incriminated just now. What do you know? Noticing. Talker or listener. That's another thing that I think everybody should be one or the other, depending on the situation, rather than all the time. I think it's a good skill to have both. I think there are some times when you need to talk and there are some times when you need to listen. If you're always a listener, then people are not really going to get much from you. They're not gonna learn how you feel about anything, and they're not gonna form as meaningful of a relationship with you in most cases. And if you're always a talker, then you're not gonna learn anything about anybody else. And that also can be isolating. I think it's important to change your approach based on who you're talking to. So depending on who I'm with, there are times when I will be talking the whole time because I know that they will not say anything. And when I have to go out of my way to specifically ask questions in order to get a conversation going, which I'm totally okay with doing. I think it's a valuable skill to adjust your approach based on who you're with. And then there are other people who, you know, they can keep a dialogue going and may honestly have trouble yielding that microphone a little bit. So I'll just happily listen. And then, you know, some people, they vary. Sometimes somebody, like one specific person, will want to have a back and forth, and they'll want to be very silly and funny, and it's just a very usual 50-50 distribution, or like roughly. Maybe it's more like 60-40, depending on you. And then there are days when they're going through something, and they just need to talk and have somebody hear them. And then maybe some days they just want somebody there to talk so that they can just have the noise. Which conversations do I prefer? I'm happy with any conversation. I think any connection with another person is very special. But if I had to pick a favorite, I like one where it's a clean 50-50 and both people are actively engaged. There's not a phone in sight. Oh my God, that's my biggest pet peeve. We've talked about that before, I think. I think I've shared that with you. Nothing grinds my gears more. Nothing boils my pee like somebody that will mid-conversation whip out their phone and start scrolling. Ugh. I cannot. I just cannot. I'm sorry. I have no tolerance for that. Zero tolerance for people pulling out your phone. If I am having a meaningful dialogue with you, if we're just just a casual dialogue, we're just talking about our days, and I'm talking to you, and while I'm speaking, you whip out your phone and you open Twitter, I'm gonna pull out my laser gun and I'm gonna shoot it at your phone, and I'm gonna burn a little hole right through the center, and you're never gonna use it again. That's what's gonna happen. I've got a laser gun specifically designed to destroy phones. I think that may just be the way I was raised, though, because most people my age are gonna have their phone out the moment the interaction starts, and they'll have it out the whole time, which means that I'm always annoyed by everybody. Everybody gets on my nerves with this. It is my most frequently activated pet peeve ever, because it's such a normal thing. Because, you know, people are bad at eye contact. I get it. It's scary. It's a little intimate to look people in the eyes, but you don't have to look at me. It's okay. I don't know. I get that for a lot of people, pulling out the phone kind of gives you a way to not awkwardly look at somebody in the face. And I get the idea of looking for something like that. But to me, that's giving, I'm not paying attention and I'm not interested in whatever you're saying. So I'm just going to scroll on my phone instead and be distracted. Kill! I'm sorry. I just can't. I just can't. I can't handle that. Maybe it is just the fact that I was raised by grandmas in the mountains. I don't know. I don't know. I just can't. That is my absolute no-go. I cannot tolerate it. To me, that is the rudest thing ever. Yeah, right. If you're an eye contact hater, just look at the wall. I'd prefer that. I do that sometimes. I'll go entire conversations just looking at my shoes. I think that's fine. Just don't look at your phone. I'm sorry. I can't. I'm sorry. No judgment, except also full judgment. But it's also just the way I was raised. I understand that this is like an experience difference and that it is totally normal. So like no, how do I phrase this? Shade, but no shade to you as an individual. You know what I mean? You are just part of a complex system that has trained you to do this. And I disagree with it. Shade to like you, but like you all. You know what I mean? Not you specifically. You as an individual are just fine. You've done nothing wrong. But I'm going to take it out on you anyway. Put your phone down. I just can't. As my big pet peeve. But again, I understand. I completely understand that it is like a normal thing, and that it's often like an anxious habit or one that is meant to like help avoid eye contact. I just think, I don't know. If you wanna really lock in what you could do, my strat is to look between somebody's eyes at like the bridge of their nose. Or looking at their eyebrows can help too, I think. Yeah, if you're bad at eye contact. That is a goated strat. Especially good for like professional obligations. Because while, I don't know, in a casual conversation with people that love you, you can go through the whole thing without looking at them, and they're probably gonna already know that that's just the deal by that point, and it's fine. Tragically, in a professional environment, they are not as tolerant of this. So it is good to have strategies to maintain eye contact, or at least give the illusion of maintaining eye contact. Highly recommend if this is something you struggle with. I understand firsthand that it can be difficult. Honestly, almost on a natural level, it just doesn't make sense sometimes, but it is an important strategy to have. It helps people feel that you are listening and that you are in the moment. Yeah. Unfocusing your eyes. That's a crazy strat. I could only pull that off if I didn't have my glasses on. Though, I don't know if I've ever shared this about my eyes. I've mentioned that I wear glasses all the time. I do actually need them, and my prescription is pretty high. Have I ever mentioned that my eyes also, like, I see double if I'm not wearing my glasses? Like, if I have no glasses on and I defocus my eyes, they actually will go slightly different directions. And for years and years, I don't need it anymore. I finally don't need it. But for years and years, my glasses actually had prisms in them, so that it would correct the point, the angle of my eyes, so that they would point the same direction. Yeah, so if I and I can still actively do it if I take my glasses off. I can defocus and see two things, see double. But yeah, glasses are really thick. Oh, I feel you. I've had glasses before that stuck out like into the inside of the frame beyond the actual extent of the frame. Does that make sense? I don't know if describing that in words creates a vivid picture for you if you've never seen those, but yeah, when you have the bigger prescriptions, it's basically a requirement that you get the ultra thin frames where they'll kind of compress it down into a normal size frame. The thing is that can add like $200, and I'm not one who likes to play. I do not play, when it comes to the United States dollar. I can be a bit cheap. I can be a bit frugal. And so for most of most of my youth especially, I was getting the regular, like, not thin frames. So the lenses, or not thin frames, thin lenses. I was getting the non-thin lenses. So you'd have the frames and it would look normal on the outside, like if you were looking at me from the front. But if you looked at me from the side, you could see the lenses poking out from the outside of the frame towards my eye. 200, that's a bit of an exaggeration, but unironically, it can be in that territory. I think for me, it tended to be like a $150 add-on was what it usually was. And I wouldn't accept it. I do now, though. I do just tank it because it is worth it. And I don't buy glasses as often anymore. I'll make a pair of glasses last like a year and a half, sometimes 2 years now. But used to be that I was updating my prescription every single year. And I was getting new things. And thankfully, insurance would pay for them. So I'm walking out of there not paying anything, or paying very, very little. I was very strict about that. Yeah, we are literally living the pay-to-view life. Forget about pay-per-view. We are living pay-per-view. You have to pay to see. It's crazy. But I've come to embrace it, and I've come to really like the fashion of wearing glasses. I think it's a very fashionable thing, and it's very nice to have I don't know. It's very nice to have any accessory for the head. I think it really completes an outfit. And I don't know. When you dress in a more feminine way, I think there's a lot more that you can do with your hair to complete an outfit. You know, you can do things with like hair ties, and there's a bigger variety of hats that you can wear in a feminine style, but I'm kind of locked in on a very masculine expression. And so there aren't as many options for me that fit neatly into that umbrella. You know what I mean? And I'm not one to shy away too much from something that is a little outside of the umbrella, but I find more comfort in expressing myself in a more masculine way. And so I'm very, very thankful to have glasses as a way to kind of tie an outfit together while also not really deviating from the expression that, you know, makes me feel like me. You know what I mean? Yeah. I think wearing glasses is awesome and it completes any outfit, and there are so many cool ways to accessorize them, and there are so many fun shapes and colors that your frames can come in. And it gets really, really cool when you, especially when you reach a point where your prescription isn't really changing, but you still go in for updates. If you're getting them with insurance, you can get like multiple pairs of glasses with the same prescription. And that's nice because then you can kind of mix and match a little bit. It's really nice. I have a few pairs that are basically the same prescription, so sometimes I switch them out. Just based on like what suits the look, the outfit. Contact lenses. I did try contact lenses for about a year when I was, I want to say when I was 16. Maybe 17 was when I did it. Yeah, I think I was like 16, 17. It might have been between 16 and 17. I'm trying to think of which classes I had, because that's how I'm remembering these things. When I try to remember things like glasses, I just try to remember things that I saw with them. And I remember the classes that I had when I wore contact lenses. I will say it's very nice to be able to see without having the peripheral blurry frame. Do you know what I mean? When you wear glasses, you can actively see the frames all the time. Just kind of like around the edges of your vision. It's blurry and you kind of forget that it's there, but it's there, you know? For anybody that does not wear glasses. When you wear glasses all the time, you can see the frames. Especially if you're like me and you pick the more stylish, thicker frames a lot of the time. Like even right now, I can see the periphery of the black frames and like a rounded edge around my vision. And I don't mind that, but it's very refreshing to see things clearly without having that obstructing my periphery. However, I found contact lenses really unpleasant and uncomfortable and tedious. I hated putting them in. I really, really, really hated taking them out. They made my eyes kind of itchy as well. Not itchy, but like I was constantly aware of the fact that there was something inside of my eyes. And I just did not like it. I hated it. It was not for me. I support you if you like it. Honestly, I wish I was you. I wish I could do it, because there are times when my glasses do not suit the kind of outfit that I want to have. But when that's the case, I just go without the glasses and I just don't see. I just choose to not see very well for that day. Many such cases. I've done a number of photo shoots over the years where I just could not see anything. Sometimes when I travel too, I'll actually forego my glasses. In the last couple of years, I've actually learned a strategy for this, but I don't know if you've ever experienced this. When I travel, I try to be very conscious of not just other people's health, but also my health. And so I will often wear a mask when I travel. I'll wear a medical grade mask so that I can avoid contagion, because every time I travel, I get sick anyway. So if I can do anything to negate that, I want to. The tragedy here is that if you wear glasses and masks at the same time, when you breathe, whether it's through your mouth or your nose, the air gets pushed upwards towards your eyes and it fogs your glasses like crazy. And so for a long time, whenever I would travel, I would wear the mask, but I wouldn't wear the glasses. So I'm navigating airports and stuff, but I can't read the signs. And I have to it's the funniest, most tragic thing ever. I want you to imagine this, all right? I'm going to paint a picture for you in your brain, all right? Close your eyes. You're in a very big airport, all right? Very, it's bustling. There are people going both directions in the hall. Everybody's rushing to their gates Some people are trying to work out a meal. Very loud, very chaotic. Everybody's busy, you know? Typical airport setting. Everyone's super rushed. You're rushed too. And as you're rushing, you see this man who's slightly taller than everybody else. And he's standing in a fixed position. He's not rushed. He's not walking anywhere. Seems like he's booked a flight with several hours of layover so that he can take the time he needs to get to his gate because it takes him twice as long as everybody else. He's standing just in the middle of this crowd. Everybody's just kind of like parting the ocean to move around him because he's impeding on traffic. And he's standing there and he's got his phone really close to his face. Like he's holding up his cell phone. And you can see that he has his camera open and he's zooming in so that he can read the signs because he can't read them without his phone because he doesn't have his glasses on. That's how I survive. Or that's how I survived. Past tense. Anytime I would travel, I would just keep my glasses off because otherwise I couldn't see anyway. So my decision was that it was more comfortable to not see and also not feel my breath fogging in front of my eyes than it was to not see but also have the fog and to feel it, you know? So I would just see by pulling out my camera and zooming in really close. But I've got a strategy. Maybe this can help you too if you wear glasses and you have the same issue. Here's my strategy. The KN95 variety of masks is the kind that I get. The way to really distinguish these is that they have that little, on the top part, the part that goes along like your nose, there's a little slit down the middle so that it can wrap around your nose, right? A strategy that I've found that helps with this a lot is to actually, maybe I should draw this. I don't know if you can see this in your head when I say this. You take the two folded parts and you fold it into the inside of the mask. And what it does when you wear it like that, so on the outside, it just looks like a straight line now. You don't have those two little folds with the slice down the middle. If you fold it like that, it creates a tighter cushion on the top. So that way, when you breathe, it goes out the front and the bottom of the mask instead of the top towards your eyes. That is the strategy that has worked for me. So now I can wear my glasses and a mask at the same time without my glasses fogging. All right, maybe a visual would help you. Hold on. I'll pull out my let me see. Give me a sec. I will need a moment to set this up. It's been a while since we've done this. Okay, hold on. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to I'm gonna hide this for a second just to make sure everything's okay. One sec. Yeah, I'll be right back. I'm still here. You just can't see me. In fact, here, we can go, nah, okay, hold on. Just give me a moment. I'm gonna give you a visual. Wanted to let you know that I'm older next week, but you will be away. Just thank you for everything. Have fun on vacay. Well, happy early birthday. Congrats on getting older. Is that what you're getting for your birthday? Older? But yeah, thank you so much for your support. Oh my gosh. Happy birthday, Mr. President. Okay, how do I do this? I can't find my pen. So funny. Okay, hold on. All right. Let's see. All right, let's do a quick test. Sorry, whenever I do this on stream, what I try to do is I try to draw on my webcam so that you can see it. But sometimes it comes out a little weird. Okay. I think I've got it. Let's hope you can see this. All right, I'm back. Hello. I found my pen. So I'm gonna give you a visual for how this works, so that if you also struggle with fogging glasses due to the masks that you wear out of concern for your own health or for the public good, you can not have this problem anymore, is my hope. All right. Can you see this? I'm an angel. Or wait, maybe this would look better if I did like okay. So you've got your, this is the one I'm talking about. It's the mask that works like specifically like this. See what I'm saying? It's like you got here. I'll just give you a full representative diagram here. You got the full mask. The big identifying part of this kind is that it has this little divot right here, where instead of just being a clean line, it looks like this. You see that? This is the kind I'm talking about. So what you do, how do I demonstrate this? This is kind of hard. Okay, so you take this little, okay, this is a little hard to demonstrate. You take this lip and you fold it inside. So hold on. If it looks like, how can I demonstrate this from an angle? So you got the mask, right? It almost looks like a pair of lips. What you're doing is you're gonna fold this part at the line. You're gonna fold it down so that it looks more like this, right? And the lips go like this is your nose, and these are your eyes, and this is where your mouth goes. You see what I'm saying? And when you do it like that, it'll just look like a straight line instead. Whoa, not that low. It'll just look like a straight line, like this. You won't see the lip anymore. Do you understand what I'm saying? You fold it inside towards your nose. And that way, because of the fold, there's more tension here on the top line. And so that prevents when, because the reason this happens is when you breathe, there's a sealed pocket here along the bottom. And the air needs to go somewhere, and it won't go out. So where it goes is it goes up like this in a circle. It goes straight from your nose like this, like a mustache, normally. And then it goes to your glasses, and then you get all foggy, and you can't see anything. And you kind of look like a creep in an anime. But when you fold it like this and create more tension at the top, the air still has to go somewhere, but the top is tighter than the bottom, so the air goes down and just slightly out like this. And then it also goes a little bit through the front. It doesn't go up anymore. And so your glasses do not fog. They're nice and shiny and clean. do you see what I'm saying? Do you understand? Did my visual help? Do you know my strategy? I guess I could just pull out a mask, but I don't want to get up. Yeah, that's what works for me, using the KN95 or whatever they're called. I think it's KN95 is the type of mask that I use. But yeah, that's what I do. Well, hold on. Now I want to try something. Okay, let's see. Okay. Hi. Oh, I guess I could be a pirate. Arg. Beep, beep, beep. That's not what I was gonna do, though. I was gonna do this. Am I cool? Oh, how's he doing that? All right, let me wipe this off. All right. You know what I really like though? I really want to get one of these someday. I wonder if they make these as like a novelty pair of glasses. You know, like these kinds of glasses? How do I do this? Like specifically like this. Okay, hold on. I love these. Yes, like the Squirtle Squad. You had the little guys that were like... Here, hold on. I'll show you my Squirtle Squad. You got the little guys who look like this. And they've got the round ones. I don't know if you can even see that, but... And then the leader of the Squirtle Squad had the cool glasses. I want one of these. You know how Sable has like Puppy Bull so that he can break bread with the Seiyan? If I had like my own Debonair version of myself, it would just be a regular Debonair that wears this specific kind of glasses. Like exactly like this. There's another there's actually a monkey that wears these. Do you know the Peepo from Ape Escape? Do you know those guys? Here, maybe this can ring a bell. Wait, was it 30? Okay. They wear like, hold on. No, it's like a light. They dress like this. I love these guys. The Peepo from Ape Escape. There are some of them that wear glasses like those. And I really like them. I want to be like those guys when I grow up. Hee. Here, I know. All right, this is for the 5 people that want me like this. Hold on. This is gonna make like 5 people in the world really happy. Yeah. Meow. All right, here. I'll do it for the people instead. The people want me more like this, I think. Or no, I guess people don't really even draw those, do they? How would I guess I could do like... What, like... Well. There you go. Oh, collar probably, right? All right, here. Just for you. It's a little big. I feel like it could be more upright too. Oh wait, here, I could do this. Hee. So you probably wouldn't be able to even see the color because I'm drawing in like black ink on my camera right now. Directly on the lens, and you can't see. Yeah, the collar's not gonna work, I'm afraid. I could give you like a But nobody could put me on a leash, I'm afraid. I'm not as obedient as you may believe. Nobody leashes Kaelix. I walk my own leash. I'm the captain of my ship. I'm the champion of my own destiny. Though you're free to maintain whatever fantasy you have. Whoa, Taskaru? Oh my gosh, is this Taskaru? Do I have like a secret third animal? I've asked this question before. Do I have a secret third animal? I'm about to mention him. Like Wilson, he personally sees himself as a cat. I've asked him this before, but the people have agreed that he's a hamster. I think he's more of a like an orange cat personally, but do I have a secret third animal that is not a dog or a cat? Am I a monkey? I feel like I wish I was a monkey, but I'm probably not very monkey, am I? Am I a rabbit? Or wait, hold on. Be more like that. Yum yum. Give you a little crooked whisker there. Am I a fox? I don't know how to draw a fox in a way that is distinct from just drawing a cat or a dog. You're just gonna get a cat. Oops. Paying to see. Paying to see what? Is this pay-per-view? No, this is free to view, silly. New PP. What's that? Oh, like profile picture? All right, I'm gonna design a new hat. I better see everybody wearing hats just like this, all right? And a little feather on top. Do you like my hat? Oh, wait, it's literally already your profile picture. That was fast. Wow. Well, congratulations. Could you imagine if I had black hair? Well, let's see. I guess you've already imagined that, huh? I don't like acknowledging that guy. He's not real. Big day for like 5 people. Could you imagine? Whoa. So auriful, so mysterious. Oh, wait. I guess I have to angle my head this way for it to look right, huh? Could you imagine? I don't think that's very me. Not my natural hair color. Not any color I'd like to dye it either. But I feel like I could maybe see myself doing like a... I feel like I could hypothetically get away with... If I wanted to do black, I think I would do black and white. I think I would do maybe more like this is what I would do. If I ever did black. I think I would do blocks. Maybe more like this. I don't know. Like streaks maybe, or blocks. Either streaks or blocks is what I would do. I think. Streaks could look nice. I could be like a skunk. Kind of like Cruella de Vil. See the vibe? Or I do think blocks are always really nice. Like do half of this, and then honestly maybe I could just do like this would be really nice. Like black at the bottom, white on the top. That's tasteful. It's classy. It's a nice look. See what I'm saying? No, I'm saying. Do you know what I am saying? Do you see the vision? That's a nice color. I've never done that before. Or I could make it look like this is my natural color. And I could do like black at the base instead. Make it look like these are my roots. It's not too far off from what it looks like before I touch up my hair, but my actual hair color is a bit lighter than this. Very Kaneki Ken. You know what I mean? That's stylish, that's tasteful. Though I've always been tempted as well to do, I think I would personally do it with brown. Maybe brown and more of like a blonde color. I've always been tempted to do one of these. Hold on. Like there is a small part of me that has been very close to doing this for years. Even before it was a trend, I fantasized about doing this. Just a clean color blocked half and half. Though I think rather than black and white, which is kind of suited to the color I currently dye my hair, I think I'd be more likely to do like brown and blonde. I could go brown and blonde for a bit. That'd be fun. See the vision? I don't know. I don't have any other marker colors though. I've only got black. Calico. Ah, that'd be pretty crazy. That'd be kind of crazy. A dyed halo. Oh, I've seen those before. I considered that at one point too. The way you do that is you do like this. They just apply it directly with a brush. And they're very strategic with the colors. That's very tasteful. I like that. I could see that. Or maybe it'd be more like down here. Like so. That's a recently trending one, actually. I think. Very tasteful. Very tasteful. Hair dye is very, very versatile. There's a lot you can do. I'm very content with the style that I've settled on the last couple of years, but I don't know. Maybe I could experiment sometime in the future. Who knows? So I'll say I'm much more interested in hairstyles than I think different colors. I find that I really like expressing myself with white and like a pale blue. Eyeliner. I can make it look like eyeliner. I'm not going to put it directly on my skin though, because that is bad for your skin. Here, all right, we can do very thick. Here, hold on. I should probably adjust the angle of my face. Because rather than looking at the camera as I'm drawing it, I've been looking at my monitor so I could see what it actually looks like. Which means I'm actually looking slightly away from the camera. I look like I just got done crying. Here, hold on. Looks like someone punched me. Oh my gosh, is like a black eye? A black eye? Is that what it looks like? Kind of hard. Or I could do like the Like the big graphic ones like people do. Watch this. I'm chaperone. He's trying to be chaperone. Oh my god. Oh wait, I think I showed you this recently. I could do my clown makeup with limited colors at least. When I did my clown makeup, I would do a big line on the top with concealer or white paint on the bottom. And then for the other eye, I'd do big line on the bottom with concealer or white paint on the top. And I would do a tear trailing down from the bottom. And a tear trailing up from the top, because I always tuck my hair this way anyway. And then I'd have a brow here, a brow here, triangle usually, or like a circle sometimes. My clown makeup. This is how I do clown makeup. I haven't done it in years though. There's a phase that I had in high school. I was obsessed with playing with face paint. It's very fun. Actually, I don't know if you've ever tried face paint. Whenever I was working in the haunted house, we had an excess of things like that. So on off days when we were just getting things ready for the other days, I would just play around with face paint instead of working. A beard. Oh, you're never going to see me with one of those. I hate having facial hair. I find it really uncomfortable. But it would look like... I could have like a well-groomed one, maybe. Be like a... Seneca Crane. Oh, that's so cringe. Not a fan. And you got the little line going down. And you need the mustache as well. Could you imagine? That's just not me. This is not me at all. Here, I could have some eyebrows too. This has accidentally become a drawing stream. Pulling out a pencil or a pen is so dangerous for me. Ghost roots or foxtail tips? What do those look like? Hold on, let me Google this. I'm pulling out my phone. Ghost roots. I like the sound of that just by the name because I love ghosts. Ah, so kind of like what I described before. Seems like a popular thing to do is to do ghost roots alongside tips like what I have. So a way to do that would be like this, like you have the roots. And then like you do both, like this. Currently I just do the tips, but I do it in a very close color to white, so you almost don't notice it unless you look kind of closely. This is nice, right? Very bonita. No? Bonita, no? I like this. This is very tasteful. I would do this. I would so do that. I think if I did this, I would do it in like purple. Either purple or like a, ooh, you know, like a greenish blue would be really nice with my usual white. That'd be nice. Or like a gradient between purple and greenish blue. That'd be nice. Very yummy. Muy bonita, you think so? Let's see. All right, this is me when this is me when I draw myself. I start with my little glasses. And then I do my little tuft of hair in the middle, Charlie Brown style. Doesn't kind of explain why I draw myself the way I do. You can see it put into action. Because I have seen people ask, like, why do you draw yourself this way? You don't look like that at all. Doesn't it look just like me already? And you got my bigger piece of hair right here. And you got my ahoge on the top. My little cowlick that never stays down no matter how much product I apply. I've learned to love it. And I just do a little tuft here. But it's meant to represent this one right here. You see, doesn't it look just like me? And I got my little eye. It's me. It looks just like me, right? Do you see my vision? This is why I draw myself this way. Now you can see the one-to-one example. It looks just like me. I've always drawn myself that way. Very Charlie Brown. Okay, one more thing, then we have to put this away. I should not have brought this out in the first place, even for a little demonstration. I knew from the beginning it was going to happen. All right, let's see. Here, I'll write a message for you. Here, watch this. Right here. Wow. You know, like that one sound from anime that's like, wow. Can you imagine that there? Oh, wait, here. One more thing. I have a question to ask of you. Related to recent events while I've got this open. Which one? Which one are you doing? Oh, sorry. Hold on. How did they do it? Are you doing this one? Do you mess with this? You know what I'm talking about? The 2026 classes? Immediate no. You don't like that? Okay. How about... let's see. I've seen this one around. Hold on. How about this? Or wait, I could do that a little better. Here, hold on. Here we go. You like this? Is this better? Slightly better, but still no. Okay, well, let's see. No. So this the 0 is pretty much agreed in the style of like 2006 classes, right? Question is, what do we do about this? Could it be another 2? I feel like this would poke into your nose. Like, ouchie, 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 ouch. It hurts so bad, you know? Let's see. I feel like you can't do that. Hmm. 2 after the 0 be smaller? So like the other one I did, like this? I feel like this is the best as it gets, as good as it gets, this one. I think that's the best we're getting. Replacement of bridge? Oh, you mean like, here, like this? And then have it like curve so it can function as a bridge. Is this the best solution for the 2026 classes? Maybe this is as good as it gets. All right, just curious. I saw that Shu Yaminer, I was watching. He drew out a couple examples of these during a recent stream. and it had me thinking. All right, let me get rid of this. This is excessive. We've gone far enough. All right. Thank you for having patience with me. Oh my goodness. I did not mean to draw for that long. I'm drawing away all the time we have to chat. Next week is your birthday. Oh my gosh. Happy early birthday. Thank you for saving me cheesecake. I will have the safest trip I can. To tell you the truth, I'm a little nervous because I haven't traveled much in general. And I will say this is I don't know. It can be a little scary in general to travel. I've always I don't know, I've always been a little bit nervous leaving my hometown because it's very small. So any place that's even just a little bit bigger stresses me out a bit. But I've got plenty of people to guide me and to keep me safe. Traveling alone, I don't really like it, no. I like being alone in general, but traveling alone kind of stresses me out because I get lost. Anytime I enter any city, I get lost on my own. I need somebody there to hold my hand and like lead me everywhere I need to go. I'm actually kind of in danger, like serious danger when the day comes that I move. Because I don't know if I'm going to be able to... I don't know if I'm going to be able to find my way anywhere. I get lost very easily. I'm very bad at navigating. Though surprisingly, I'm pretty good at navigating in like in nature. Like in a rural area, I can find my way around really easily. It's specifically in packed cities where there's a billion milestones to keep up. Not milestones. Landmarks. Where there's like 1 billion landmarks to keep up with. I get stressed. I struggle. Though I guess I survived Tokyo, so I should be fine. I feel like that's about as big as it gets, isn't it? Oh, hold on. I was just noticing that something was off. Sorry, I could not read anything for a minute there. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I do have friends to guide me, so I'll be fine. So I will be safe. Honestly, my only real fear is whether I'll get sick or not. Because there's a lot that I can do to prevent that, but I cannot 100% prevent it, and it happens despite my efforts usually, so. Pinkies crossed I don't get sick. Let's manifest. Let's all join hands in a circle and manifest that I don't get sick. Every single time I've gone on a trip, I've had some crazy health scare. It's so terrible. Like, at least in the last couple of years. And honestly, I never like go on trips otherwise, so. But maybe the more trips I go on, the less often it will happen, right? Surely my luck will balance out and I'll win. This would be a very rough time to get sick, so I would actually really love any well wishes. I appreciate the thought. So I'll be wishing you good health as well, as always. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm very excited. I'm very, very excited. There's a lot of world left for me to see, so I love any opportunity to see more of it, even if I get a little scared. I need to branch out beyond my tiny little Kokiri village. There's lots more for me to see. Even if I have seen a decent amount, I've not seen all of it. I've not seen half of it. I've not seen a fraction of it, honestly. I want to widen my perspective, meet more people, see more things. Have fun, stay healthy. Thank you. I'll do my best. Fingers crossed. I'll definitely have fun. And I'll stay safe for sure. I just can't guarantee the healthy part. But I'll do everything I can. I'll do everything I can. Yeah, I am I did the preparatory stuff. I'll be masking. I'll be avoiding big crowds when I can. Fingers crossed. All right. On that note, we have actually reached the point where Actually past the point. I ended up drawing for 30 minutes. I told myself we were gonna wrap at an hour, but then we ended up going an hour and a half. I do need to finish packing. I need to get in a good long shower, like an everything shower, really quick too. Or I guess not an everything shower per se, but because that does mean a very specific thing. But you know, you need to like exfoliate and do a clean shave and everything. Need to finish packing my bag. I've got my last load of laundry in the dryer now. And I'd like to get in one quick little nap before I leave for the airport. So I'm gonna get out of here now. I will I will let you know about streams probably like right before they happen. I'm gonna be so for real. I so badly wish I could be like, I'm gonna stream sometime on this day and also sometime on this day. But realistically, I don't actually know which days I'll be able to, because this is a very play by ear kind of trip. This is kind of a situation where I can relax and avoid working and planning like crazy. It's meant to kind of detox from my more workaholic tendencies. I work really slow, so I feel like I have to work all the time in order to make up for it. But I'd like a little break, so I'll have lots of fun. I will let you know everything I experience when I get back. I'll tell you all these fun stories, I'm sure. And again, there is one little surprise around the corner come what, Wednesday the 7th? Is that when Wednesday is? Yeah, come Wednesday evening. There will be something on Wednesday. I know I can't promise anything else for like streams for sure. I can't say exactly when they'll happen or if they'll happen or how long they'll be, but yeah, there will be something on Wednesday. Probably for sure. Like I'm 90% certain now. So feel free to look forward to that. I'll still be vague and mysterious for now though. But yeah, I'm very excited. Thank you for the well wishes. I'm gonna miss you. I'll still be talking though. Like I said, I'll still be streaming when I can. I'll still be like, if I can't stream, then I'll do like Twitter Space maybe. I'll do something. All right. I just don't know what. I don't know exactly what and exactly when. But I'll let you know when I know. I'll try to give you some warning if I'm able to, like live in 30 minutes or like live in an hour. But there's a very strong chance that it'll be like, I'm live now. I hope you don't mind too much. I really prefer to schedule things out and give warning. I think it's always the best courtesy I can offer so that you can prepare. But unfortunately, that is not a luxury I can offer this time. But I'll be back to normal when I return next week, like week after. Yeah, just a reminder, I'll be gone from the 4th through the 10th EST. I'll be back on the 11th. I may stream on the 11th. I may not. It'll depend on how I'm feeling, because I so badly want to, but sometimes I'll get back from a trip and then I can't move for a whole day. I may need a day to just lay in my bed and rot. But I'll try to stream that day so we can catch up. I'll let you know when the time comes. Oh my goodness. Holy moly. I'm trying to decide if I want to. No, I really need to be careful with my time. I want so badly to speed run through supers, but I gotta go. So I will read them to myself. I'll read them to myself really quickly when the stream is over, but I do see them. Thank you so much. Thank you for your support. There were a couple through Streamlabs as well that I see. I'll read those as well. Thank you so much for your support. I'll buy a tasty meal while I'm over there with this. Okay. I'm gonna let you go now. Thank you for hanging out with me. I'm glad we could just mess around for a bit. Just doodle and talk about personality stuff before I leave. I'm gonna send you. Where am I gonna send you? I don't know where I'm gonna send you. Who's live? Let's find out. Okay. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch a tiger by his toe. Let's see. I'm gonna send you. Oh, there's so many choices. Think. Okay. Let's see. Who started when? How much longer are they gonna go? Do you think? They just started. Ah, they started. Okay, I'm gonna send you. I'll try to keep a consistent vibe. I'll send you to Uki, who is doing a solo stream today. Is this seat taken? That game can be very goofy, but I'm sure it's a very fun, chill time, very sweet, very relaxing. If you choose to participate in the redirect, please send Uki some love. Be nice, be chill, you know. Read and follow their rules. You know the drill. No pressure, of course, if this is the end of the line for you. You do not have to participate in the redirect. I hope that either way, as always, that you can get some good rest. I hope that you can get some nice, yummy food. And I hope that you can stay safe, okay? I hope that the next week is extra nice to you. I hope you don't miss me too bad. Like I said, I'll still be streaming whenever I can. It'll just be very short, very infrequent, and it'll just be chatting. It'll just be basic chatting. And it might get unlisted, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of like it. I think it's fun. Not privated though. I won't be hard privating anything, so you just have to save the link is all. Maybe throw it into a playlist to keep it. But yeah. Yeah, I'll let you know when I know. Thank you as always for your support. All right. Oh my gosh, I've still got so much to figure out. I packed my first case, but I still need to pack my second one, and I need to figure out, like, am I gonna bring my Switch? Do I want to be able to play my Switch? Maybe I'll bring my 3DS. I kind of want to bring my 3DS. I've brought my 3DS a couple times because when I bring my 3DS, I can play Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask 3D. I remember on the trip I took in January, I just played through the entirety of Ocarina of Time, I think. Yeah, between like my flight there and then my flight back. It was really long, so it was enough time to finish it, I think. Maybe I'll just do the same thing. Without you, I don't know how to break this to you. I have played Majora's Mask without you a nasty number of times. Like, you don't even want to know the number of times that I've played those two games in particular without you. And the number of times that I will play them without you. But there will come a day that we play them together. I'm just waiting for the right occasion. Don't worry. I'm waiting for the right time. I want to finish Tears of the Kingdom first. Yeah, I deliberately chose Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom so it would be like a longer one, so there'd be more time. I want to stretch out the Zelda games as long as I can. Because eventually there will be a day that we've played all of them. And I don't want that day to come. I want to always have more Zelda games to play together. But I guess when that day comes, I could just do like a challenge run. Like Breath of the Wild, but I can only use this. Or Ocarina of Time, but I have to roll. Sorry, this is becoming another chat. You're so easy to talk to. You're always so easy to talk to. I need to get out of here. I'm going to dash now. Thank you again. Stay safe as always. Have lots of fun. I will see you as soon as I can, okay? Till next time. Bye-bye.